Hello yogis! Welcome to the yoga portion for Vishuddha, the throat chakra. Today we're going to be doing poses to open up really the throat, and you'll notice to see patterns throughout the poses that are going to help kind of facilitate that opening. So we'll just jump right into it. Come to a tabletop to start and stack your hands directly below your shoulders and knees below the hips. Start to open up here and move really in any way you want. I like to do a couple swivels of the hips sometimes. And you can move through baby cats and cows. And then find some stillness. Inhale, lift your sit bones up, drop the belly, melt your heart, and lift the head. Cow pose. Exhale, press into your hands, pull navel to spine and round for cat pose. Inhale again, lift the sit bones up, drop the belly, melt to spine, your heart. And exhale, press into your hands and round. Come to a neutral tabletop. And pull your hands and knees towards each other. Create that kind of core connection. Get really strong here. Take a peek at your hands. See that your fingers are spread wide and you're really rooting down through the perimeter of your palm, as if you were like playing basketball and you could really palm and hold the basketball. That's how strong our hands should be. Extend your right leg back and you can start to kind of push back and forth to stretch your calf. And then extend your left arm out. Keep pulling low belly in and lift the right leg up. Take a deep inhale from the pelvis, stretch out through the back leg and out through the left arm. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, pull elbow towards knee and curl in towards the core. Inhale again, reach out long. Exhale, elbow towards knee. Inhale, expand out long, and this time reach around with your hand to grab your foot. Once you make contact here, kick your foot into your hand. Keep pulling the low belly up and in and lift through the neck, but don't crank your neck back. Allow the neck to be an extension of the spine. If we crank our neck back, we're actually closing off the throat chakra. One more inhale here. Press your foot into your hand and exhale, release, come back tabletop. Spread through the fingers. And now this time, switch it up. Left foot goes back. Create that push and pull back and forth. Stretch the calf. And then find some stillness. Press into your hands. Pull the core in. Lift your right arm up and the left leg. Deep inhale. Stretch your limbs away from each other. Exhale, elbow towards knee, round. Inhale, extend out long. Exhale, elbow towards knee. Inhale, reach long. And from here, bend your foot. Reach around with your hand to grab your foot and really kick your foot into your hand here to get a lift. Work towards melting just behind your heart and keep pulling that belly up and in. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Slowly release. Back to tabletop. From here, walk your knees back and then start to lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Take a little baby cobra, untuck your toes, squeeze your legs, lift the shoulders up and lift through the chest. Maybe your hands just float here. Keep gluing your toenails down to the ground and hug your shins in. Exhale, lower down. Let's just warm up the back with a few more of those. Inhale, lift up to that cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, lower down. This time, press your hands down into the mat and come up a little bit higher to a cobra. Slide the shoulders up by the ears and pull them onto the back plane of the body. Tug your hands back towards your hips so you can really pull your heart through here. One more inhale if you have it. And exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Press into your hands and either press up through tabletop or plank pose. Let's meet in a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Push one heel down and then the opposite. Take a peek up at your hands. Check in and see if you lost your grip. Reconnect by rooting down through the perimeter of the palms. Keep the fingers spread. Lift your shoulders up and wrap your triceps down towards your biceps for external rotation in the arms. Bend the knees a touch and bring your sit bones nice and high. Take a deep inhale, come high into your tiptoes. Exhale, deep bend in the knees. And at the end of your exhale, you can step or hop your way up to a forward fold. Take a moment to hang here in ragdoll. Hold opposite elbows. And maybe you sway a little back and forth. Don't worry about having straight legs here. It's okay to have a bend in the knee. Release your hands as you inhale, halfway lift. Bring the sit bones back, lift through the chest. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, circle sweep your arms nice and high. And as you exhale, cactus the arms back. Think elbow tips come forward, hands go behind elbows, lift through the heart. Bring your neck back, but don't crank it back. Pull navel to spine, inhale, reach your arms high. As you exhale, sink your hips low. Let's find a chair pose. You can either go feet hip distance or big toes touching here. But wherever you're at, you'll see that my ankles and shins are not lined up. So I actually have to back my shins up, which means bringing my groins farther back, my booty farther back, to have a better alignment in the bottom half of my body. From here with your arms, stretch your arms out long away from your body, and then pull the head of the arm bone straight back in so that arm is locked on the back plane of the body. From here, lift your arms up, chair pose. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, come onto your tiptoes maybe and cactus your arms back. Inhale, lower your heels down, reach your arms high. And you don't have to do the toe lift. That's just an option. Exhale again, toe lift and cactus. Inhale, lower your heels, bring the hips back. Exhale, come up onto the toes and cactus. Press down into the feet, lower the heels, and inhale, reach your arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, hinge at your hips all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. From here, step your left leg back, pivot your back heel down onto the ground, and as you inhale, cartwheel your arms up to a warrior two pose. In this warrior pose, spread through your toes, really pull your feet towards each other to get a nice, firm, strong stability in the lower half of your body. Inhale, flip palm and reverse warrior, lean back. As you exhale, hinge the hips back and reach your arm out long, and then maybe your hand goes down to a block or to the outside edge of the floor. Press your right forearm into your shin to help stabilize you, and extend the left arm high. So from here, a lot of times the head can be more in front of the body than the shoulders, so bring the sides of your ears back, bring the neck back, and start to gaze maybe upward. Now if this one's a little bit hard on your neck, you could always look down instead. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, come all the way back up, warrior two pose. Inhale, find starlight pose, pivot both feet towards me, towards the long edge of the mat. And as you exhale, open up warrior two on the other side. Find your foundation. Check to see that that left knee is lining up with the middle of the left ankle, and it's widening more towards the pinky toe. Pull the low belly up and in. Take an inhale here, and an exhale. Press down into your feet, inhale, reverse warrior, lean back. Exhale. exhale, come back to warrior two. Again, inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, lean back. You'll see that I'm bringing my right hand around my body to find a bind, and I pull that hip crease back. From here, you can lean forward like you're serving something with your left hand. And then once you've hinged as much as possible, release your bind, bring your hand down, triangle pose. Squeeze your legs towards each other. From the pelvis, expand energy back out through the legs, into the feet, into the ground. And again, bring the sides of the ears back, the neck back. Really lean back into the web of support that you have created to support you. One more inhale, and one more exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, come all the way back up, bend the knee. And as you exhale, spin your hands down and step back, plank pose. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees down, and we're back in tabletop. From here, I want to show you guys some more great throat chakra postures. And the first one that I thought of is camel. A lot of like me personally, and some of my friends have a hard time with camel. Sometimes when we come out of camel pose, we feel a little dizzy or a little stuck. And a lot of times that can be because these shoulders are actually pressing forward and our head, our palate is trying to move back. But really the shoulders have to go back first, and then the palate goes back. So first we'll start with a baby camel. Bring your hands behind your feet and get a lot of lift through the chest. Bring your shoulders back. And from here, bring your palate back. Take a deep inhale here. And an exhale. If you want to go further, press down into your feet and get a little bit more lift. Keep bringing the neck back, the ears back. Lift up through the breastbone. And then lower all the way back down. So please take that version of camel. Otherwise, take that version of camel if you're not as warmed up. Otherwise, you can jump into full camel with me, and we'll explore this posture and opening up our throat. Come up high onto your knees. And I would say if you have a block, it's good to put a block in between your thighs, but you definitely don't have to do that. And a lot of times camels traditionally taught with your hands on the tops of your hips, like on the top of the butt. That's fine, but the shoulders can still be forward. So think shoulders lift up by the ears and then bring them onto the back plane of the body, so you'll feel your scapula press together and engage more. Take a deep inhale in here. And as you exhale, start to lean back. And your toes can be tucked or untucked. Keep lifting up through the heart. And then maybe one hand extends down to the heel and then the other. Keep focusing on bringing your shoulders back. Drop the neck back. And if you crank your neck back so far like this, your voice will change. That means you're dumping into the throat too much and you're actually blocking that chakra. Pull low belly in so you can protect the low back. One more breath here. And as you're ready, bring one hand to your heart and then the next. Pull navel to spine and lift all the way up, lifting the head last. And come to take a seat on your heels. That's just one way you can explore camel pose, but for me, to get the full sensation of that pose without getting a real bad headache, it's gotta get those shoulders back. Come to take a seat on your mat. Extend your feet out long, but have a bend in your knees. We'll take reverse tabletop now. You can either bring your hands facing towards the back of the mat, or you can face your fingers towards the front of the mat. Now, for me, I like to go having the hands facing back because it feels better for me and I get that more external rotation in my arm bone. Pick what feels best for your body. Take an inhale here. And as you're ready, press into your feet. Lift the hips up.
tabletop, reverse tabletop pose. Keep pressing into your hands, and notice if your head is kind of in front of your shoulders. Slide the ears back, bring the neck back. Keep pressing into your hands. One more inhale here. And exhale, slowly lower it back down. We'll take that one more time as you're ready. And maybe try the different options with the hands. So you can try bringing the fingertips forward and see how that feels. Bring the chest up. Have a little bit of a back bend before you go into it. So you'll notice, like, if I'm normally sitting, I have that flexion in my spine. Get rid of that. Lift through the heart and then press into your feet. Lift all the way up, tabletop pose. Drop the ears back. Keep elongating through the neck. And maybe you extend one leg out and then the other for a longer version of reverse tabletop. One more inhale. And exhale, lower all the way back down. From here, come to a seat at the top of the mat, any comfortable seat that feels good. Bring one hand to your heart and the other hand to your belly. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, release. We'll go through 3 different versions of Om just to see where the vibrations are coming from. So when we sing Om, it's actually A-U-M. That's how it's put together, not O-M. And so we'll start by going ah, and then we'll go ooh, and then we'll go Take a deep inhale in. And exhale for ah. Ah. Take an inhale in. And exhale for ooh. And then bring your hands to your throat for this last one. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale for Bring your hands to a prayer and let's put it all together for one big Om. Deep inhale in. Bring your thumb to your third eye. Namaste, yogis.